The world is changing so fast, right? Technology's just everywhere. And it leaves a lot of us parents asking this one huge question. How in the world do we prepare our kids for a future that we can barely even imagine? Well, today we're going to dive into one group's answer to that very question. Let's get into our explainer on NextGenUniverse.
Yeah, this is the big one, isn't it? It's not about memorizing stuff anymore. It's about giving our kids the skills and, just as importantly, the confidence to not just get by in the future, but to actually get in there and build it. So, where do you even start? Well, you start by meeting them right where they are. I love this visual because it just gets it. The whole idea is to make learning to code or figuring out AI feel just as fun and natural as, say, building with Legos. It's all about flipping the script on screen time, turning it from something passive they just consume into something active and creative they can construct. Okay, so what's the big idea driving a platform like this? Let's take a look at the why behind NextGenUniverse. And there it is, right on the screen. Their whole mission is about empowering kids ages 7 and up with the skills to really unlock what's inside them. It's about helping them become the next wave of innovators. This isn't just about learning a new skill, it's about preparing them to be the problem solvers and creators of tomorrow. All right, so a big mission is great, but the proof is in the pudding, right? So let's talk about how they actually plan to turn kids into these innovators. This quote right here gets to the absolute heart of it. We don't just teach code, we teach how to think. And that is so key. Look, anybody can show a kid how to type a line of code, but teaching them how to break down a problem, how to think logically, how to puzzle things out, that's a superpower. That's a skill they can use absolutely anywhere in life. And here's how they do it, broken down into 3 pillars. First up, small batch focus. This is huge because it means your kid gets real personalized attention and isn't just lost in a crowd. Second, they bring in industry experts, so kids are learning from actual professionals from top tech companies. And third, real-world code. They're not messing around with toy problems. They're working with the same professional tools people use in their jobs every single day. And holding all of that up are these core principles you see here, things like excellence, community, and empowerment. It really shows they're looking at the whole picture. It's not just about the technical skills, but about building a supportive community and giving these students the confidence to make a real impact. Okay, so we've covered the why and the how. Now for the fun part, the what. What are these kids actually getting to learn? And man, the curriculum is packed with the good stuff. We're talking about the fields that are literally building our future right now. AI, machine learning, Python, game design, web development, the list goes on. They're covering all the essential building blocks of our digital world, and they do it in a way that's designed to be really engaging, but also super substantive. Let's take a perfect example, Roblox. So many kids absolutely love playing Roblox. What NextGenUniverse does, and it's frankly brilliant, is tap right into that passion. They help kids make the leap from just being players to becoming actual creators. It's such a smart way to introduce some pretty complex ideas inside a world kids already know and love. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some simple drag and drop thing here. No way. Students get their hands dirty. They design the worlds, they create the characters, and here's the coolest part, they learn the game mechanics using Lua scripting. That is the actual programming language used in Roblox development. They are 100% building a real game from the ground up. Then, of course, there's Python. If you know anything about programming, you know Python is an absolute powerhouse. It's incredibly versatile, but it's also one of the best languages for beginners to get started with. And learning it just opens up so many doors, from web development to data science, which this little data detective here hints at. So for kids 10 and up, learning Python becomes the perfect way to practice that how to think skill we were talking about earlier. They get to build fun projects, simple games, cool little apps, and while they're doing it, they're not just learning code. They're learning how to structure their thoughts, solve puzzles, and build something that actually works, all from scratch. So, this all sounds pretty amazing in theory, but does it actually work? What are the results? Let's look at the proof. You see a testimonial like this from a parent, and it just says it all. The project-based approach completely changed how my son views technology. He's not just consuming it, he's building it. I mean, that's the whole ballgame right there. That fundamental shift from being a passive consumer to an active creator. And check this out. Here's a specific example. A student created an entire interactive, text-based adventure game in Python. I mean, just think about all the skills that go into that. You've got storytelling, logic for the puzzles, and of course the Python code to tie it all together. It's just a fantastic blend of creativity and technical skill. So after walking through the why, the how, and the what, everything wraps up with a very clear invitation. It's a simple question, isn't it? Ready to launch? And I love that phrasing. It frames this whole thing not as a chore or as homework, but as the beginning of an exciting journey, a launch into a whole new universe of possibilities. And if you are ready to launch, the next step is super straightforward. Their site directs you to book a free demo. It's a great way for parents and kids to experience the whole platform firsthand, see what it's like with no strings attached. And we'll end this explainer right where their material leaves us, with this open-ended question. It's a powerful thought, because it shifts the focus from the curriculum and all the details back to the incredible, limitless potential of a young mind. So the real question is, what will your child create?